10 contraceptive methods that do not require daily pills. Birth control methods vary far and wide. There's a method for nearly every body and every lifestyle. And those methods range from non-hormonal and hormonal to single-use and long-lasting use. Some methods of contraception are far more effective than others. Over the recent years, many women have been burdened by contraceptive pills because it requires a strict compliance to daily intake. Not only that, but the pills must be taken at the same time every day for maximum effectiveness. This is probably hard to follow, especially if you have very busy or changing daily schedules, and that's why many women are looking for alternatives to this method. Whether you're thinking of trying a new birth control method or simply wanting to learn more about what's out there, you've found the right place. We know the task of choosing the right birth control method can be difficult, so we've done some of the homework for you. Here's what you need to know about the 10 birth control methods out there that do not require daily pills. But watch out, there is still one last method which will be given at the end of the list. This is the 11th method and we'll keep it as a surprise for you. If you are new here, you can consider subscribing to this channel so that you will receive a notification whenever we put a new video online. 1. Permanent birth control. This is a surgical procedure that makes a person who can produce sperm unable to cause a pregnancy or a person who can ovulate unable to become pregnant. Permanent birth control is not reversible and prevents pregnancy 99% of the time. While women can choose from bilateral tubal ligation in the hospital, also known as having your tubes tied, or a tubal block done in a health center, men may choose a vasectomy, which is simply a blockage of the vas deferens, the tube that connects the testis to the urethra. 2. Intrauterine device. The hormonal intrauterine device is a contraceptive that is inserted in the uterus and offers pregnancy protection for 3 to 5 years, depending on the model used. This small device releases a progesterone hormone acting on the wall of the uterus. The wall gets thinner and the cervical mucus thickens, making it more difficult for sperm to penetrate into the uterus. This contraception method is 99.8% effective. Contrary to popular belief, an intrauterine device can be used in women who have never had children. A copper intrauterine device, which does not contain hormones, is also available. 3. Hormonal implant. A small rod placed under the skin in the upper arm by a healthcare provider to prevent pregnancy. The implant, which lasts for 3 years, releases the hormone progestin to stop the ovaries from releasing eggs, and it thickens cervical mucus, so it is difficult for sperm to enter the uterus. 4. Hormonal Shot. An injection given by a medical professional of the hormone progestin in the arm or hip that lasts 3 months and prevents pregnancy about 90% of the time. The shot, also known as Depo-Provera, stops the ovaries from releasing eggs and thickens the cervical mucus, so it is difficult for sperm to enter the uterus. 5. The Vaginal Ring. A flexible ring that is inserted into the vagina each month for 3 weeks at a time that prevents pregnancy 99% of the time. The vaginal ring releases hormones that stop the ovaries from releasing eggs and thickens cervical mucus, so it is difficult for sperm to enter the uterus. 6. Hormonal Patch. The patch is applied, like a sticker, weekly anywhere on the skin, except for the breasts, and prevents pregnancy 99% of the time. The patch releases hormones that stop the ovaries from releasing eggs, and it thickens cervical mucus, so it is difficult for sperm to enter the uterus. 7. Condoms. Available in latex or polyurethane, male condoms prevent pregnancy 98% of the time. Female condoms are inserted into the vagina and prevent pregnancy. It is about 95% of the time effective if used correctly. Not only are condoms arguably one of the most affordable, accessible forms of birth control, they also protect against sexually transmitted diseases. 8. Spermicide. Made with sperm-killing chemicals, spermicides such as foams, suppositories or film, used separately, not in combination, prevent pregnancy 82% of the time. Placed inside the vagina shortly before intercourse, spermicides block the cervix and keep sperm from joining with an egg. 9. Fertility awareness or natural family planning. Natural family planning involves a woman tracking her monthly cycle from her period through ovulation to determine when she is most and least likely to get pregnant. When used correctly, this method prevents pregnancy 76% of the time. It depends broadly on the woman's mastery of her menstrual cycle and the changes that occur throughout. 10. Withdrawal or pull-out method. Withdrawal prevents pregnancy 73% of the time by pulling the penis out of the vagina before ejaculation. Remember, there is always a chance of pregnancy if sperm is introduced to the vagina. 11. Emergency oral contraceptive. Also called the morning after pill, emergency oral contraception can be used after an unprotected sexual encounter, a failed method of contraception or a sexual assault. This emergency contraception method can be used up to 5 days after the unprotected sex, but it is most effective when it is administered within 24 hours of the sexual intercourse. In fact, the principle of the earlier the better applies here. An emergency oral contraceptive is not an abortion pill and will have no effect if the ovule has already been fertilized. Plus, it does not prevent pregnancy if new sexual intercourse follows in the days or weeks after the treatment. Here is the end of our list. This video was to bring all these methods to your attention. With the rapid growth the world population is experiencing today, contraception is much more needed today than in any other time in human history. Always ensure to talk to your doctor if you must start adopting any of these birth control methods because they may have some side effects you wouldn't like in a long run. Thank you. Have you ever used any of these methods before? Has it been effective for you? Please share with us in the comments box below, so we can learn from your experience.